Hi, we're Team T. Since 2018, we've been on a mission to visit all the national parks in the continental United States, and we just got back from a 16-day trip through the Southwest where we visited 9 national parks. That brings our total up to 38. We believe that God's mercies are new every morning, which means every day we get a fresh start, new opportunities to see His work in the world and be thankful for beauty all around us. Whether it be a majestic waterfall, a pitch-black cave, or a stranger sitting next to us, every day is a chance to see and declare the praises of His wonderful light. Our trip started with a 5-hour drive to Dallas to jump on a plane to Phoenix. We were thankful to be in the land of In-N-Out burgers and EG drinks. We drove straight to Saguaro National Park outside of Tucson. After that, we spent 3 days at Joshua Tree. We entered the park from the south and drove all the way up to 29 Palms. The Cholla Garden was neat, but we loved the bouldering and hikes. The area around Skull Rock was amazing, so was Hidden Valley, and sunsets were next level. We enjoyed the quirky small town atmosphere of 29 Palms, although 110 degrees was a little warm for most of us. What would you do if you only had one day in Los Angeles? We headed to Malibu for a tour of Pepperdine, and we spent the rest of the day at Ventura Beach. The next day, we took a ferry out to Santa Cruz, the largest of the Channel Islands. We were hoping to see a whale, but we had to settle for seals and dolphins. We hiked the Scorpion Canyon Loop and the North Bluff Trails, and after another smooth ferry ride, we drove up to San Simeon to see Elephant Seal Vista Point. We were hoping to get up to Big Sur, but the PCH was closed due to construction. We had felt the heat of the desert and the ocean spray on our faces, so now it was time to head to the mountains. I loved the drive inland. It was a part of California I'd never seen. California really does have every type of landscape imaginable. This drive showed me miles of amber waves of grain and rolling mountains. Pinnacles National Park is near wine country, and we spent the day hiking, swimming, and catching our breath. We didn't see any of the famous condors, but that's alright. I enjoyed the late night stargazing and the morning turkey run. The next day we drove further into the mountains and arrived at the granddaddy of them all, Yosemite. We stayed in Curry Village for 3 days, and the first day we conquered the Mist Trail up to Nevada Fall. This iconic hike was amazing. From getting soaked at Vernal Fall to walking up the granite stairs near the top, every view was worth a picture. The next day, we rented bikes and pedaled through the valley. We visited Yosemite Falls, the Swinging Bridge. There are so many people here, but it's spread out, so you can have lots of places to yourself to just take it all in. We swam in a very underrated mirror lake right under Half Dome. Finley got to touch El Cap, and he can't wait to rock climb all the way to the top someday. Seriously, folks, Yosemite is a spiritual place. Heading south, we stopped to see the largest trees in the world at Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks. Until you see them up close, pictures don't do these giants justice. We drove the General's Highway to see General Sherman and General Grant, the two largest trees in the world. Kings Canyon is breathtaking. And the next day, we climbed to the top of Morro Rock and then hiked the Soldier's Trail past many giant sequoias, even the famous Tunnel Log. You want to talk about heat? Death Valley National Park is something else. It has a unique beauty, a calmness to it, almost like a cathedral in Rome where you need to be quiet out of respect because everything is working so hard to stay alive. The sand dunes were beautiful to see, but too hot to touch. We spent the night at Furnace Creek at the Oasis, which is a really cool resort at sea level, and headed to Zabriskie Point. We also had the lowest point in the country, Badwater Basin, all to ourselves that night, and we were able to see an amazing sunset. The next day, we stopped by Page, Arizona for the Glen Canyon Dam, Horseshoe Bend, and Antelope Canyon X. And our last park of the trip? Zion. We had two hikes for the day, the Narrows, which was extremely busy, and Angel's Landing, considered one of the best and most dangerous hikes in America. The chain section was as epic as everyone says, and the view was absolutely worth it.